northernmost part of Karnataka lays Bidar, a tiny district steeped in history. The fort, the kings, palaces in ruins, the magnificent tombs and the massive monuments all combine to make a visit to the one-time capital of the Bahmani and Barid Shahi dynasties a truly memorable one. The town of Bidar, some 80 miles from Hyderabad, flourished as the capital of the Bahmani kings during 100 years, from about the middle of the 15th century. It afterwards experienced sundry vicissitudes and fell into complete decay in the latter part of the 19th century. Its once beautiful palaces and public buildings, formerly the envy of the great cities of India, became a neglected mass of debris. In the late 1960s, Bidar was a backward, drought-ridden district. Bigamy, drunkenness, gambling, theft, begging, and general laziness, coupled with widespread sickness and leprosy, rendered the population poor and backward. "You can go anywhere in the world," a doctor who had just returned from Bidar remarked, adding ominously, "but don't go to Bidar." It was to this community that Dr. A.C. Salins and his new bride, Dr. Sushila Salins, came to serve the Lord on the 1st of July, 1966. They were welcomed warmly and were very quickly swept into the activity of the busy hospital, performing the first major surgery within 3 months of their arrival. In their spare time, the couple learned to speak the 5 languages that was prominently used by the staff and patients. In the year 1968, Dr. A.C. Salins founded the Village Evangelical Leprosy Eradication, Medical Education and Good News Association, or Velemegna for short. Velemegna is a registered charitable non-profit organization serving the blind, the lepers, the poor and the needy in and around the Bidar district. Since its inception then, it has faithfully served the residents of the district of Bidar. God never promised them a trouble-free life, only to go with them as they ventured forth in faith to serve Him. When a 3-year famine struck Bidar, people were left with no money and livestock continued to die. Christy and Sushila sold their sewing machine and then their wedding rings to sustain themselves, their 2 children, and a staff of 15. Days were seldom uneventful for these medical missionaries. Community health workers surveying the villages around Bidar reported a variety of health problems, including leprosy, tuberculosis, blindness and malnutrition among children and pregnant women. If a rural hospital were to be constructed in the village of Baridabad, which is 20 kilometers from Bidar, it could serve the medical needs in 39 villages. With the sacrificial contributions of the well-wishers, the Salins acquired 10 acres of land for the hospital in Baridabad. The Salins also purchased additional land in other villages for agricultural development. Jowar, sugarcane, maize and grass for fodder were cultivated. The poorest, most needy people were given a chance to support themselves and provide for their families from their own labors. Apart from this, 3 times a week, they conducted prayer meetings in the village, reaching out to help and heal spiritually. as well as physical. In January of 2002, Christy was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer and Sushila with ovarian cancer. The light that shone in the darkness was about to extinguish. The only hope of Bidar was about to fade away. Their 4 children painfully took the decision to close the hospital. But God had other plans. God chose the timid one of the family, the eldest child, Dr. Sibyl Meshramka, to carry on the legacy. Christy was called home on the 20th of July 2002, and Sushila soon afterwards in 2003 passed away too. However, even today, Velemegna remains high and bright and continues to reach out to the sick and needy, both physically and spiritually. In March 2002, Dr. Sibyl made strategic changes to the organization. Her aim is to carry on the vision set by her parents, but giving it a new direction with a modern outlook. Velemegna's work majorly concentrates on 3 aspects, namely eye care, leprosy care, and evangelization. First of all, the eye care. Dr. Sibyl runs the base hospital in Bidar as a 50-bedded eye hospital. Renovations are going on to improve the present facilities, which was first constructed 30 years ago. On an average, 40 to 50 patients are seen in the OPD daily. About 150 to 200 eye surgeries, mainly cataract surgeries, are conducted per month. 60% of this work is charitable. On an average, 4 to 5 medical camps are conducted per month to cater to over 600 villages in the district of Bidar. These patients are then transported to the base hospital in Bidar in a minibus. They undergo surgery the very next day and they are transported back to their villages on the 3rd day. The patients are given free food and medicines during their stay in the hospital. The eye team is headed by Dr. Sibyl and it consists of 30 other staff members. Secondly, the leprosy work. Velemegna also looks after 60 families at Navajivan New Life Center at Shatanali village. A church-cum-community hall was built for them in the year 2003. Dr. Sibyl's endeavor is to see that they return to normal society. Their children, however, are disease-free. Presently, 10 women learn tailoring and sewing. 7 children are in a residential school. A pastor looks after the spiritual needs of the residents. Thirdly, the evangelical work. Velemegna has a Bible school training program under the Institute of Community Transformation, ICT. This program was sponsored by Seva Bharat, India. So far, it has trained 20 pastors, and 12 of them are supported by Velemegna in their ministries. These evangelists spend considerable time with the patients. Every Sunday, 20 blind children from the Asha Deep School for the Blind and 30 others come for Sunday school. Asha Deep School for the Blind is also supported by Velemegna. The impact of Velemegna upon the society has become stronger and sharper within these last 5 years. This brought a number of awards to Dr. Sibyl, who has been leading the organization by the grace of God. Acclaim in the form of awards and certificates reflect the persistent focus on quality and results. God called Sushila and Christy Salins to a difficult and demanding mission field within their own country. But without the financial assistance, labor, wise counsel and persistent intercessory prayer of Christians, their work would not have proceeded as it has so far. Yes, Velemegna needs your support. What can you do for Velemegna? First and foremost, it needs a lot of prayer support. Secondly, Velemegna lacks committed doctors to serve the poor and the needy. If you are one, you could volunteer to do the same. Thirdly, you could support us financially in any one of our projects: the leprosy work, the farm work, the evangelical work, or the eye care. You could also adopt a patient or sponsor the education of one of the children who are born to leprosy patients. You could also support a pastor or missionary of Velemegna. Velemegna is a glowing tribute to the vision, commitment and endurance of Sushila and Christy Salins, and it brings glory to the God they lovingly serve. Bidar needs Velemegna. Velemegna needs you. Together, we can make a difference in the lives of these people.